Hey guys, welcome back to the Shire. My name is Rebecca and I am a stay-at-home mom and an online reseller. I sell on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Curtsy Kitizen, and Facebook Marketplace. This is part 6 of my Death to the Death Pile series. If you're not familiar with what my Death to the Death Pile series is, it is my challenge to get all of the items, or most of the items at least, from my death pile listed by April when yard sale season starts, so that I can go and pick up more items to resell. If you'd like to see where we started, you can go back and watch all of my other videos, and I always like to add in a little chat in the beginning on just whatever topic comes to mind for that day, so you can go back and look at those as well. Just to give a quick update on where we're at, before I pull all the items here, I have them set aside for the items for this week. The cardboard box is now gone, so that's empty, which is great progress. This bottom tote is completely empty, which is even better progress. And then we have, I want to say maybe like 6 items in this tote. So those are all of my like heavier sweaters, sweatshirts, and pants that I was trying to definitely get listed soon, just because of the way the weather is right now. So after I film this video, I'll be pulling stuff from my closet and refilling the bottom tote. That'll probably be more long sleeve items that are like lighter weight, not sweatshirts, but just long sleeve shirts and items of that nature. That'll be the next category of items that I'll be going through starting next week. The topic that I want to discuss today kind of piggybacks off of what I discussed last week. I was talking about your business practices and how you choose to run your business, and we're talking mostly about, accepting offers or putting best offer on. This week I'm talking a little bit about, I don't want to necessarily, part of it's additional services, so using additional services or upgrading your services, I guess you could put it. So what I'm talking about is 2 different things. The first one is cross-listing, and the second one is having an eBay store, specifically for eBay, obviously. You don't really have that option on any of the other platforms I sell on as far as just selling or having a store that makes it bigger. Well, let's start on the first one with cross-listing. A lot of resellers use companies like List Perfectly or Vendoo to cross-list their items from one platform to other platforms. Obviously, diversifying your platforms and having your item listed in more places makes it more likely that it will sell. So I do cross-list, and I have gotten this question before about if I use a cross-listing service, and the answer is no. I personally don't, and there's a couple reasons for that. So I'm not saying, this is not me saying that you should not. This is just for me personally, it's not worth it for me. So yes, I list on 6 different platforms. Not all of my items can go on all those platforms, but any platform they can go on, they do go on. And I list and cross-list everything from my cell phone. I've done it on my computer before in the past, and honestly, it's just a lot easier for me, for my phone, and because I'm taking care of 2 little kids all day, it's more convenient. I don't have that much time to be able to sit down at a laptop and do it. And I've also had issues with transferring photos over. It's way easier for me just to copy, paste, and do it on my phone. So the main reason I don't have a subscription or use a cross-listing service is due to the cost. Not all of them are insanely expensive, but I'm not making an insane amount of money either. I probably make some of the least amount of money of the resellers that I follow or that I've talked to. And it all just comes down to a time factor. It's kind of hard to explain this, but as far as cross-listing, does cross-listing take time? Of course it does. Doing it manually, yes, it takes more time. So maybe you can list an item in Vendoo or List Perfectly or wherever, and that service will cross-list it all in 5 minutes and you're done. It might take me 15-20 minutes to do one listing across 6 platforms. I usually start on Poshmark and then I just copy and paste from there, unless it's something that I can look up more easily on eBay for a sold comp, like if it has a barcode or something like that. For hard goods, sometimes I start on eBay. But for me, that is not the time crunch that I have. The issue isn't I don't have enough time to list. My time crunch comes from photographing, and I don't have more time to photograph. So in this Death of the Death Pile series, I've been choosing 15 items a week. That is because I can only photograph 15 items. Could I list more than 15 using a cross-listing platform? Yeah, probably. But I can't photograph more than 15, and that just has to do with the way the time is set up and my space is set up with me and my family. That's, I could go into the details of that, but basically, that's just, I only have a certain amount of time within my week that I can dedicate to photos. And it's not because there's another reselling task taking that spot. It's just that's the way it works for me. So those are the first two reasons as to why I don't use a cross-listing platform or a cross-listing service. So one is just cost. I don't feel like I make enough money to make it worth taking more money away from me to do that. And then two, time, as far as, I just can't photograph any more items really. The third reason, and my final reason for not using a platform, and this is just, or I keep saying platform, it's a cross-listing service. And this could change in the future, everything's always changing. So I'm just talking about in February of 2022, this is how I'm running my business. So the third reason is honestly, I'm just really OCD and a perfectionist. So I know that from what I've heard from other people who've discussed these cross-listing services is that, it copies your photos over and then it fills in some of the fields. For me, that makes me a little bit anxious because, you have to go back and double check them anyway, which you can argue it takes less time to double check than it does to actually input the information in the first place. That might be true, but I don't know. It makes me anxious because I'm, like I said, very much a perfectionist and OCD, and I like knowing that everything is done exactly the way I want it and that I didn't miss anything. So just starting from a blank template for each platform, just it feels better to me. But the first two reasons are really the bigger reasons as to why I'm not using one. So now moving on to having an eBay store. I do not have an eBay store. I sell on eBay. You can sell on eBay without having a store, without paying for any kind of store subscription. And once again, some of the reasons are cost. I don't feel like it's worth the money for me. I did do some of the calculations. I'm probably going to make a video in the future going more in depth as to why I'm not getting an eBay store, and I have looked at it and kind of decided back and forth a few times whether I thought it would be a good option for me, and at this point in time it still is not a good option for me from what I have researched and what the benefits, the cons and pros would be for me. So the cost is definitely a big one. I don't feel like I have the money to pay for that, or the money that I want to put into that. The second reason is I don't have a lot of items. So without a store on eBay, I get 250 free listings a month. Is where I'm at right now. I currently have about 150 active listings, and I've been sticking right around that number for a while. I add maybe, I'm adding 15 items a week. Maybe I'm selling 10. So, go up to 165, come back to 155. Or, it's been floating right in there. I'm not listing 20, 30 items a week. A day. I'm not listing 20 to 30 a week either. But I'm not listing enough that I feel like it makes sense for me to upgrade, because I have not had an issue of I've never met my 250 max, is what I'm trying to say. I've never maxed that out. So if I would get to the point where I'm starting to max that out, that would be a different story. Or if I was maxing out a certain amount cost-wise of what I was making, I'm not selling as many items, so I don't have as much income from those items. It just doesn't make sense for me. And like I said, I can go more in depth in a future video. If you would like me to, please let me know in the comments, and I'd be happy to make a video just about why I have chosen to not get an eBay store at this time. So I feel like when you're starting off, I'm not exactly starting off, I've been doing this for 2 years, so I'm not a newbie, but I'm still on the younger end of people who've been doing this for many more years. But I feel like sometimes when you're first starting, you think you need all these extra things to be successful, and I don't think you do. So that's just my 2 cents about those two things. So as far as my business practices, you know, a lot of people ask, but no, I do not have a cross-listing service. I do it all on my own manually. And no, I do not have an eBay store, and I do not plan to get one at this time. All right, so let's start in on the items that I'm going to be listing this week. So we have 15 items. We have no extras. There's nothing coming in. No one handed me anything this week to sell. So glad. It's so nice when people hand me things. I really do enjoy getting free inventory. I mean, who doesn't? But I'm happy to be able to do a full 15 items from my death pile. So we have only 3 pants left. So we're gonna do all 3 pants, and then the rest, all 12 items, are going to be tops. Let's get into them. The first item we have for this week is this pair of men's Wrangler jeans, and they are new. I guess you call them new with tag. I don't know. They have the stickers, so they're obviously new, not worn. And they still have the barbs, but no actual tag. So, I don't know. Let me know if you'd consider this new with tag or new without tag. I guess I would consider them new without tag, just because it doesn't have the actual tag. Now, I don't know. I'd probably list them as new with tag, and then people can see in the photos the way they're, you know, where the stickers are and everything. But these are regular fit 32 by 36. Got these at a yard sale. I'm gonna say they were like $2 or $3. I haven't really sold many men's jeans. So Wrangler, though, is a good brand. And this is, I don't know if this is just like a line that they have. I'm not sure. And the tag is actually on like the inside of the fly, which is kind of interesting. But I think Wrangler is a good brand. It's kind of like, you know, a good workwear brand. So I'm not sure what these would go for. I'm hoping maybe to list them around 40. I'll have to look at the comps. I don't really know what they warrant. Next is another pair of Wrangler jeans, same yard sale. These ones have been worn. You can just tell the way that they feel and like the pockets and stuff. These ones were actually used, but I don't think that much. You know, with men's jeans, a lot of times you'll see like the imprint of like a wallet or something on the back. And I don't see anything like that. So these are a little bit of a different wash, but they are size 31 by 32. Can't remember what the other one was, but it seems to be like the same line of Wrangler jeans. So, you know, these ones may be closer to like 30 to list them initially, since they have been worn, but they're in excellent condition. I don't think they were worn that much. There's no issues on like the on the bottoms or anything. They're not worn. The last bottoms that we have are another pair of jeans, and they're men's. These ones are American Eagle jeans. Pretty sure I grabbed these at a yard sale. I do have all this information written down. Typically when I go sourcing, I come back and I put all the information, like the costs and everything, directly into a spreadsheet. So even though I can't remember these things off the top of my head now, because it's been months since I've picked them up. I mean, it's been like 6 months, or probably longer in some cases. But I do have it all recorded, and I have the date I picked it up. So that's why I say I'm just guessing. I usually don't pay much for these. But I've never sold American Eagle men's jeans. I've sold several women's jeans, and they sell pretty well for me. So we'll see. These are, says the original straight. They're a 36 by 34. I feel like that's a different size, or I mean a pretty good size. These are from 2012. I don't really feel like the year matters so much on jeans. I feel like it's more about like what the fit is. You know, in women's jeans, at least, is it mid-rise, low-rise, high-rise, or the wash or whatever. So with men's jeans, I don't know. I don't know how picky men are. They have some like that whiskering, and they're in really good condition though. I mean, they've definitely been worn, but they're not like worn out, and they don't have holes or anything like that. It says American Eagle. original straight. So, I mean, I'm hoping to list them probably around like 20. It's usually where I list my women's American Eagle jeans, but I'll have to look just to be sure. Now we're moving on to the tops. The first top I have is this women's like mock neck, Under Armour, what do you call them, like a thermal or compression long sleeve top. Compression, there it even says it on the tag. Size medium compression, cold gear. It's just gray with the black logo up there. Honestly, I feel like I should probably keep this for myself because it's my size and I'm always freezing. So, but I'm not going to. I think I picked this up for $1. I sold like one recently that was red, but it had like actually some damage to it, and that sold for $12. So I think I'll probably list this around 20. I don't love like a mock neck. I feel like they're good for like sports and stuff though. I used to wear these a lot in high school for sports when it was cold out. Next we have this Land's End sweater. And it's in this like light blue, I don't know, like a seafoamy kind of color. This is a size large, 14-16. It says Land's End Drifter. I don't know what the drifter part means, but it's like heavy. It's like chunky knit. I think it's really cute. Like if it were my size, I'd probably keep it. I think it's just cotton. Yep, 100% cotton. And I think it is from 2017 maybe. I'm not really sure how to read the Land's End tags, but I feel like you let me know if you know better. Not that it really matters, but I feel like that's what that means. Anyway, I got this at a yard sale and I have zero cost of goods into this. It was actually advertised on a local Facebook page that this family that was having this yard sale, I guess they had like a 2 or 3 day yard sale, and they advertised like, hey, after, you know, or it's like at noon until like 2 or 3 p.m., everything that's left is just free, come and get it, or it's going to, you know, a Goodwill. And it wasn't too far from me, 10 minutes, maybe 15. So I scooted over there, and a lot of the good stuff was already gone, but this was still left. I mean, I don't know why. It's like, it's nice. I don't know. I mean, I would think you can at least get 15 bucks out of this. It's a nice sweater. And Land's End is a pretty decent brand, so I'll probably list it higher than 15, but you know, I would think on the low end you could get 15 for it. But so it was free. I just grabbed it, and I don't see anything wrong with it, so I'll sell it. Next is this sweatshirt. It's like a lightweight, more like a long sleeve really. This is just from my own closet. I didn't have it very long. I think I picked it up at a yard sale for myself for like $1 or 50 cents. And then just didn't really like it. I think the sleeves are a little bit short for me. It's an Old Navy Active, size medium. It's just like gray with this floral design, and then these parts are mesh. And it goes on the back too. And like down on the sides here is mesh as well. And they have the thumb holes. I mean, I don't know, Old Navy isn't like a great brand to resell, so I'll probably list it at like 12 or 15 bucks, hope to get 10 bucks for it. Next is this really cute sweater. It's like it's a button-up cardigan and it's hooded. I just feel like these things are so awkward to try to show you guys, but super, super soft. This is a Ralph Lauren Petite. It says size P, which I feel like is that an extra small? I feel like that might be an extra small. I'll have to double check. But this is 60% merino wool, 15% Angora rabbit hair, 15% cashmere, and 10% nylon. So it has some like really good, you know, really good material in it. And I've looked it over. Of course, we'll look it over again while photographing. But I have not found like any holes or any stains or anything on it. And it has little pockets, these cute little buttons, they're like off-white. This is kind of like a beige color. I'd say is the best description on the color. But here's the tag. So Ralph Lauren has like, you know, Ralph Lauren, Polo Ralph Lauren, Lauren Ralph Lauren, and I am not good with like, I don't know which ones are good, which ones aren't, or if it matters. I mean, this I think doesn't really matter just because of the material it's made out of. Those are all really good materials. If you watch Becca, and I cannot for the life of me remember the name of her channel right now, but I'll put it over here. Check her out. She has some really awesome bins hauls, but she picks up a lot of Ralph Lauren, and I think she kind of knows between all the different types of Ralph Lauren. Definitely better than me because I have no idea. But I want to start picking it up a little bit more because she seems to do pretty well with it. So check her channel out and maybe she'll be able to give you a better description as to which ones are good. But this is like really crazy soft. I mean, with the Angora and the cashmere. I mean, that's just, and the merino wool, all that together is just amazing. So I have no idea what the price point on this would be. I'm gonna have to look that up for sure. And this was $1 at that yard sale down the road from me I talked about before with the lady moving, and a whole bunch of her stuff was $1. This was only $1, which is crazy to me. She actually had another cashmere sweater, and I picked it up, and then later I redonated it because it had a whole bunch of holes. And I know you can sell cashmere with holes, but it had holes like all over the front. So I only paid $1 for it, so I ended up just redonating it. I didn't really want to deal with it. Our next item is this Victoria's Secret pink, just like a zip-up jacket. Same yard sale as that last place. I think like all the pink stuff, I'm assuming, was her daughter's. And then the other brands, the more mature brands, were probably the woman who owned the house. But this is just pink and like, you know, cheetah print. It's like the, like, you know, it's graphic. It's like, I guess, screen printed on there. It's not cracked or anything. It's in really good condition. And this is a size small. And I think they put their years on their tags. I don't really think it matters what the age, like I think this is just a kind of a classic logo zip-up jacket. I feel like there's a tag missing from here. I'm not sure, but don't have a year on it, but it's just a nice zip-up hoodie. It's got the hood on it with the drawstring, so I don't know, this might be like a $15 or $18 jacket. Our next piece is a men's piece. It is this fleece, like half button down sweatshirt. It is LL Bean. I'm pretty sure it's vintage. Yeah, it's made in Hong Kong. It's a men's regular, say ONF, I don't know what that means, 33. It's a size extra large, it says. So here's where it says it was made in Hong Kong. So I think I recently heard Denali from, guys, man, I can't remember anyone's, El Ducho Thrift. I was gonna say, I can't remember anyone's channel name today. From El Ducho Thrift. I'll put her channel here in case you haven't watched her, but she just recently has talked about how Hong Kong went back under the power of China in like 97, I think it was. I knew that Hong Kong was vintage. I didn't know exactly the year cutoff, so that means this should be from before 1997, which I think it is. Here's the LL Bean tag. I don't know very well about how to determine age of tags. You can look them up. I just haven't done that before. This just has a nice, like, it's dark green, has this breast pocket here. And I don't see any issues with it. I haven't seen any stains or holes or anything like that. I think these kind of like button down or like half button down sweatshirts are kind of popular right now. I'm sure because Patagonia has their, what are they called, cinchillas? I think that's the button down ones. Either way, Patagonia has some kind of button down one, and Columbia has one too. So even though it's vintage, it's definitely still in style. An extra large is a good size. Is that what I said it was? Yeah. My brain's not working today, guys. I don't know what to tell you. This was, I believe, $1 at a different yard sale down the road. Not the same one as that lady. This one, actually, I had wrist surgery over the summer, and you know, because I have a thrifting problem, I had to stop there on my way back from my surgery. Probably still half zonked out on anesthesia, but I made some good purchases. So this was one of them. Next shirt we have is this plaid flannel. This is the brand Woolrich, and it is an extra large. I believe it's a women's extra large. It was with a bunch of women's clothes at a yard sale, and I think it's missing a button. Well, it's not missing a button, but one of them's hanging off here. You can see it's all dangly. So I almost didn't pick this up, and the gentleman at the yard sale was like, "You can just have it, just take it." And I was like, "You don't want anything for it?" I feel like the way he was talking, it sounded like his daughter like moved out or left or something and didn't take a bunch of her stuff with her, and he wanted her to. And then he had a yard sale and I guess was selling her stuff. I'm not sure. So I would keep this if it were my size, but it's an extra large. It's really soft, like nicely worn in. Just, I love the colors on it. It's like red and light blue and orange. Really nice, but that button will be an easy fix. I can sew, so a button should not be difficult at all if I decide to take the time to do it. I think I will, or I might enlist the help of my mom, just so I don't have to. The next item is from my personal closet. It is a sweater, like tunic. Wouldn't call it quite dress length. I mean, it'd be a short dress, and it has slits on the side, which that usually means it's a tunic. Then it has like this roll down collar, just like a cable knit sweater in this really pretty pink color. It's from Loft Outlet. Size medium. And this is another item that I bought when I was pregnant because it's stretchy and I could wear it with leggings over a big old belly, and it worked well, but not my normal style. Just my pregnant me style, so it was nice. I'll pass it on. Our next piece is this pink fleece from Columbia. Zip up, very, very soft. Don't know if it's ever been worn or washed. It has zipper pockets. This is a women's size large. Pretty sure this was $1 at a yard sale. If you're seeing a theme here, I don't like paying a whole lot more than $1 for clothing items at yard sales. But yeah, just a nice, really basic piece. This next piece is a men's piece. It is a men's flannel, plaid flannel, black and red and gray, and it is a pearl snap from Wrangler. It says it's a rancher shirt, size large. Got that. I picked this up probably for $1, but I actually got this one for my husband, and the sleeves are just too short for him, so we will be selling that. I haven't sold Wrangler before. I know we have those jeans that are Wrangler as well, so I don't know. Maybe there's someone out there who really likes Wrangler and will buy all of it. We can be hopeful. This one is another men's flannel button down that I bought for my husband. Pretty sure the sleeves were too short again. This one is like a blue, like navy blue and cream color. A little bit of red running through it. And this is Columbia. The size large, made in India. The tag looks a little bit older to me. I'll have to see if there's a year on it. It definitely looks like an older Columbia tag. Oh, yes, it is from 1999, so what's that, 23 years old? This is in great shape though for 99. I mean, Columbia makes pretty good quality pieces as it is. And it kind of has this like reinforced back up here where it's cotton. I mean, it's all cotton, but it's not flannel right there. I have no idea if that makes this more special or not. It has a single breast pocket. Oh yeah, it's just a nice regular button down. This one doesn't snap, it's actually buttons. So we will see. Our last piece for this week is just an item that was given to me by a family member. It is, I'll show you what it is. It is a quarter zip, like purple long sleeve top. It's not thick like a sweatshirt, it's thinner like just like a long sleeve t-shirt. And this is from St. John's Bay, which is not like a high-end brand, so it's not St. John's, that's a different brand. And this is a women's size 2X classic quarter zip. Yeah, some of these like lower end brands in women's plus size still do pretty decent for me. I think, unfortunately, oh, and this is new with tags. It says $39 originally, so from JCPenney's. I don't know, I might list it at 20 probably. But unfortunately, I feel like a lot of, let's say people, but definitely women who shop more usually have trouble finding plus size pieces at the thrift store and online as secondhand items. So I feel like my plus size pieces, even that maybe aren't, you know, crazy super trendy or really high expensive brands, they're just kind of like good bread and butter for me. They've done pretty well. I mean, pretty well as in like they've sold, you know, and it doesn't take a year or more. Usually in just a few months they might sell for, you know, 15 bucks or so. So that's everything we have for this week. That's all 15 pieces. We are almost through the winter part of the death pile. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. I just hit 50 subscribers, which seems really, really tiny, because it is, because, you know, everyone looks to get monetized, so that's 1,000 subscribers. I have 50. I'm not going to do the math. I'll figure it out. You know, I'll figure it out and put it somewhere over here, so you can see what the percentage of the way is that I am to getting monetized. For the subscribers, watch hours is a whole nother thing. But I did not make this channel with the sole intent of getting monetized. I would love to get monetized someday, that would be awesome. But I made this channel so I can talk to you guys. So please leave comments. I love to chat with you guys in the comments. And let me know, is there something in these videos that you like, that you want me to keep doing? Is there something you want me to do different? Something you want me to take out? Do you not want to hear me chit chat so much? Please let me know, because I'm making these videos for you guys, so I want to know what you want to see. And if you really hate this background, it's okay. We will not be here forever. This is just where my death pile is being stored, so that is why we are here. If you watch my What Sold videos, those are done up in my office. At least the last one was, or last two were. We'll see where the other ones occur due to the sound of the children I didn't realize in the background from the last one, so we'll have to see how that goes. But please hit the subscribe button if you aren't. Help me get higher than 50, and we will see you in the next video.